Hey everyone, this is Peter Parsley from Social Engineering Technologies. This is going to be a new video series. Welcome to Social Hacking. While I'm driving, I'm going to have a conversation with you about things that are related to social engineering and human hacking. So essentially the idea here is whenever I teach a class, work with a client, do any kind of consulting, I always get after the fact questions or questions that are in conversation. What do you think about this? Give me advice on that. So oftentimes I get them in an email. People come up to me and propose a series of questions, and I figured, why don't I start a video series where I can address all of this to you? And that means this is open to viewer requests. And as long as it's in the field of mental hacking, social dynamics, things of that nature, I'm going to speak about them in a stream of consciousness. So this is not going to be using a lot of hard science, lot of analytical stuff. That's going to be saved more for the social engineering videos, the sort of demo material, if you will. And this is going to be more off the cuff. There aren't any notes going into this, and it's just going to be you and I having a conversation. If you, just 1 second here, new to this whole driving car mount thing, sun getting in my eyes. All right, and this isn't going to be edited, so if I make a mistake, you get to witness it. And enough about the introduction. I want to go ahead and give you a little taste of what's to come. And for this, I want to talk about conversation tips. So one of the things I've noticed, and this actually comes from the field of covert hypnosis, is to eliminate the word but. Why? Because but causes the listener to forget everything you've said before that word. Someone accuses you of something. Well, I was going to do this, but then that happened. They just forgot that you were going to do it. And they only hear everything after the word but. Instead, replace it with and, therefore, so, etc. You can come up with things for that. And that's something that a lot of people don't understand. One of my friends was actually in a sales situation today. He was working with another gentleman, and that gentleman lost the sale right after he said, we can do this, but blah, 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 blah. And he said you could see in that person's face and their body language completely changed, and they were out. He knew in that split second they were gone. And when I told him, it's because you said but. It's not a silver bullet, but it's powerful. It's the same thing as when you're in conversation asking a person why. Oh, what made you want to do that? Why did you choose to go down that alley? Blah, 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 blah. They will then begin revealing a lot more about themselves than they otherwise would. Before you know it, at the end of a conversation, if you've asked why 3 or 4 different times, they will end up thinking, for some reason I told that guy or girl more than I usually do. And you don't want to be like in Terminator 2, where the kid, John Connor, is addressing the Terminator, and the Terminator just keeps going, why? You don't want to do that. Obviously, being robotic in any social interaction is a failure of influence. And another tip, let me go ahead and throw one in here. Again, I have not prepped this at all. Would be, well, I was going to say making calm and consistent eye contact. However, that is in nonverbal communication, although it's always a good idea to do that in conversation, is to make eye contact. You don't want to be an alien and just stare them in the eyes and never blink, because that's creepy. As far as listening, though, and asking the question why, that actually goes back to something that I think Dale Carnegie essentially alluded to, and my dad taught me when I was in elementary school. And that was a fundamental principle. He says, hey, you wanna make friends? Ask them about themselves, and then sit back, listen, and shut up. Then proceed to ask more questions, going into interview mode essentially. And then share things about yourself. Bump, 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 bump. All right. And having short, calculated, dramatic pauses can hold the audience's attention as well. This almost bridges into public speaking, which has some overlap. And don't be going after people's tastes and opinions. Wow, that's a great way to turn somebody off. Looking for the ZOPA, the Zone of Potential Agreement, is the #1 way to move everything forward, especially when it's upon meeting someone for the first time, maintaining a relationship with that person. I think it was Penn Jillette who said, when someone says the words, "I'd like to debate you on ... he immediately has a bad feeling, because then you're turning knowledge into a sport. I have to agree with him. While debates can be fun to watch, I don't know how healthy they always are. That's a subject for a different time. It's almost the opposite of finding the ZOPA, though. And you can see how nasty that can get, especially in these current presidential debates. A few of them have looked for the ZOPA with others, but typically they don't. Then again, I guess that's the nature of those kind of things. I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. This is an introduction to this new video series, Social Hacking 101. I threw in a little bit about conversation at the end. Next time, we're going to get more in depth with some juicy stuff. Thank you for watching. If you subscribe, you will be notified of updates when these are uploaded, because these are going to be coming at a very consistent rate. One of the ideas behind this is that I'm not looking to get out the green screen, write a script, and produce demo material that I can send to small, medium, large-sized businesses, organizations, potential clients. That's not what this is at all. This is a very casual conversation. I'm wearing a Hurley shirt and camo shorts to give you an idea of how laid back this is. So this is driving with a social engineer. I'm an expert at decoding human behavior, and that's what we're going to talk about. You all have a great day, enjoy your week, and keep checking back for more content.